Juventus are in major financial trouble at the minute, and this is no surprise to a lot of people. They have been docked 15 points in the Serie A, and stay tuned for what happens. But what's going on, guys? It is Ketch, back with another video on the channel. Thank you so much for the recent support on the videos. Please do remember to like, share and subscribe if you like what you see, and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. And let's get straight into it. So let's start with the backstory. Apparently Juventus, or not apparently, Juventus have been deducted 15 points for financial irregularities and false accounting in relation to historic transfer dealings over the past few seasons. Now, this was announced by the Italian Football Federation, or FIGC, and this is a pretty big deal. It essentially means that Juventus have been either inflating their transfer fees or falsely lowering the wages of a lot of players who have both played for and have or either presently are playing for Juventus or have previously played for Juventus. So this is throwing a spanner in the works for the board at Juventus, who have recently only come into the jobs, but it's not a great deal of news for them to be stepping into. I mean, Juventus have been struggling on the pitch under Max Allegri. Their form hasn't been great. They did just manage to steal a 3-all draw against Atalanta at the weekend, but their entire board and previous management have all done some misdemeanors and naughty financial work here, and because of that they've been deducted 15 points from the Serie A. So they were third, they are now 10th. They are definitely going to appeal this because Juventus won't take this lying down. The reason for the points deduction hasn't been made clear as of yet. That is coming in the coming few days, but as La Gazzetta dello Sport has reported, they have been deducted 15 points. So a lot of Juventus's current financial problems stem from their old board, the likes of Andrea Agnelli, the former president of Juventus, one of the co-conspirators in the failed European Super League alongside Florentino Perez, Pavel Nedved, and of course Fabio Paratici, now the sporting director of Tottenham, were all involved in this scandal over the past few seasons, and it involves a lot of transfers under previous managements of Maurizio Sarri and Andrea Pirlo before him. And the Juventus board, I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. They don't really seem to learn their lessons when it comes to finances and transfers. They talk a big game, but they just decide to see if they can get bang for their buck. They certainly have done it with free transfers over the years, but I think they finally pushed this a step too far. And the funniest part about this is this stems not just the Juventus players currently playing at the club, but previous players. Here's a list of 23 players that have had their wages falsely lowered by the club or their transfer fees inflated. And of course, one of those players on that list is Cristiano Ronaldo, who no longer plays for me. He's currently in Al Nassr. Now, the problem with that is because these players have been named on this 23-person list, they could be suspended for up to 30 days for financial irregularities, alongside further sanctions for Juventus if there's further guilt that is found. But I don't think Ronaldo would care too much. He's playing for Al Nassr out in the freaking Saudi league at the moment, so he doesn't really bother him. But players who are playing in European competition, this will annoy him. The likes of Matthias de Ligt, for example, Pablo Dybala, Federico Chiesa, Danilo, Juan Cuadrado. There's a lot in that list, and Juventus seem to have short memories as well. It was not even 20 years ago that they were in the Serie B. On that occasion, they went straight back up to the Serie A. Of course, they were Juventus. They were very strong, but I just don't think they've learned their lesson. I mean, obviously back then they were trying to bribe referees, and I mean, while this is on a smaller scale, it's not right. I just don't think Juventus seem to know what they're doing when it comes to that. But you know, I don't think they'll be relegated to the Serie B, but they'll probably get deducted a few more points if they are further found guilty. So I guess the question is, what does this do for Juventus? Where does that leave them now? Well, they've got a job to do. They're now 10th. I don't think they'll be getting into the top 4 for the Champions League. They might get Europa League or the Conference League, but it's going to be a bit of a stretch. They're way behind everyone now, and they're now stuck in a mid-table race, essentially. There's been murmurs recently that Federico Chiesa could be on his way to Liverpool. It's just an early stage rumor at this moment. There's also links that McKennie could go to Leeds, and a lot of other players could be on the way out the door. So this could be a pretty big downfall for Juventus. It could get worse from here in terms of both playing personnel and management personnel. I personally think Max Allegri will get the sack at the end of the season. But that has been the end of this video, guys. Please do like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you on another video very soon. See you guys. Bye.